You make $30 an hour. At least, that's what you think. But when I calculated my real hourly wage last year, after taxes, after commuting, after all the hidden costs, I discovered I was actually making $6.40. $6.40, less than the kid at Wendy's. And I'm about to prove that you're in the same boat. Here's the thing nobody tells you when you accept a job offer. That salary number? It's a lie, a marketing trick. It's like a restaurant advertising a $10 steak, but when you sit down, there's a $15 service fee, a $5 tip, and a $3 parking charge. You didn't pay $10. You paid $33. Your salary works the exact same way, except in reverse. You think you're earning $65,000, but by the time we subtract all the hidden costs of having that job, you might be left with $15,000 of real money. And nobody, not HR, not your boss, not your parents, has ever shown you this math until now. In the next 9 minutes, I'm going to break down the exact formula to calculate your real hourly wage. And I'm warning you right now, this number will change how you see every purchase, every promotion, and every hour of your life. Some of you will pause this video, do the math, and realize you need to quit your job tomorrow. Others will realize they're actually doing okay, but everyone will stop lying to themselves about what their time is actually worth. Let's do this. Let me introduce you to Alex. Alex is 29, works in marketing, makes $62,000 a year. On paper, that's about $30 an hour. Respectable, solid, good money by most standards. But Alex has this weird feeling. Every month he looks at his bank account and thinks, where did it all go? I make decent money. Why do I feel broke? Sound familiar? Let's find out why. Step 1, the government's cut. Before Alex even sees his money, the taxman takes his slice. Federal income tax, state tax, Social Security, Medicare. That $62,000 instantly becomes $47,000. Alex lost $15,000 before he could spend a single dollar. But here's the thing, we all know about taxes. This isn't the scam. The scam is what comes next. Step 2, the cost of having the job. This is where it gets brutal. See, Alex doesn't just get paid to work, he pays to work. Every single day, money leaks out of his pocket just for the privilege of showing up. Alex drives 35 minutes each way. Gas, insurance, maintenance, parking. That's $6,000 a year, exposed just to get to the building where he makes money. If Alex didn't have this job, he wouldn't need that second car. He wouldn't burn that gas. That's not a life expense. That's a work expense. Alex can't show up in sweatpants. He needs business casual clothes, dry cleaning, a decent haircut every few weeks, maybe some skincare because his boss judges appearances. Cost, $2,000 a year. The convenience tax. Alex is at the office from 9 to 6. He doesn't have time to meal prep, so he buys lunch 3 times a week. He needs that $6 coffee to survive the afternoon meetings. He pays for a dog walker because he's not home. These expenses wouldn't exist without the job. Cost, $4,500 a year. And now the darkest category, decompression spending. This is the money Alex spends to recover from work. The Friday night drinks to decompress. The impulsive Amazon purchases after a stressful day. The expensive vacation because he needs to escape. The therapy sessions to process the burnout. Alex isn't buying things he wants. He's buying painkillers for a job that's hurting him. Cost, $5,000 a year, at least. Let's add it up. Gross salary, $62,000. After taxes, $47,000. Minus commute, $41,000. Minus appearance, $39,000. Minus convenience, $34,500. Minus decompression, $29,500. Alex's real take-home, $29,500. But wait, we're only halfway through. Because hourly wage isn't just about money, it's money divided by time. And Alex is lying to himself about time too. HR says Alex works 40 hours a week. That's the biggest lie of all. Let's count his real hours, the time that belongs to the job, whether he's paid or not. He wakes at 6:30 a.m., showers, shaves, irons his shirt. 45 minutes of unpaid labor for his employer. Drives 35 minutes to work. Unpaid. Takes a lunch break, but he can't go home, can't nap, can't see his kids. He's held hostage by the office. That hour belongs to work. Drives 35 minutes home. Unpaid. Gets home and spends 30 minutes decompressing, venting, doom scrolling, checking emails on his phone. That's not leisure. That's recovery from work. Real math. Official work, 8 hours. Getting ready, 0.75 hours. Commute, 1.2 hours. Captive lunch, 1 hour. Decompression, 0.5 hours. Total, 11.5 hours per day dedicated to employment. That's not 40 hours a week. That's 57.5 hours a week. Multiply by 50 weeks, that's nearly 2,900 hours a year. Not the 2,080 HR claims. Now let's calculate Alex's real hourly wage. Real income, $29,500. Real hours, 2,900. 9,500 divided by 2,900 equals $10.17 per hour. Alex thought he made $30 an hour. He actually makes $10.17. That's a 66% pay cut from what he believed. And in high cost of living cities, New York, San Francisco, LA, people making $80,000 on paper are sometimes netting $7 or $8 an hour in real terms. Less than a teenager flipping burgers who walks to work, wears a uniform, and leaves stress at the door. Here's why this math matters. Once you know your real hourly wage, every purchase looks different. Alex sees a $200 jacket. His brain used to think, that's like 6 hours of work, not bad. Now his brain thinks, that's 20 hours of my actual life. 20 hours of commuting, emails, stress, and missed dinners. Is this jacket worth that? The answer is almost always no. And it gets worse with promotions. Alex gets offered a manager role. $15,000 raise. Sounds amazing, right? But now he works late every night. More takeout, more childcare costs. He needs nicer suits. His stress doubles, so he books more expensive vacations to cope. His real hourly wage might actually go down. He's processing more money, keeping less of it, and sacrificing more life to get it. That's not a promotion. That's a trap. So what do you do with this information? You don't quit tomorrow. That's not realistic. You optimize your real hourly wage. That becomes your new success metric. Negotiate 2 days working from home. You just save 4 hours of commute and $50 of gas per week. That's a massive raise without your company paying a dime. Move closer to work. Meal prep on Sundays. Stop buying clothes to impress coworkers who don't care. Every dollar of work expense you cut is pure freedom added to your life. Here's your homework. This weekend, not Friday when you're tired, but Sunday when you're fresh, sit down and calculate your real hourly wage. Add up every cost that exists only because of your job. Subtract it from your take-home. Divide by your actual hours. Write that number on a sticky note. Put it on your credit card. Next time you're about to buy something stupid, look at that number and ask, is this worth X hours of my real life? That friction will save you more money than any budget app ever will. The system wants you too exhausted to do this math. They want you to see $65,000 and feel successful. To keep financing the car and leasing the apartment that keeps you chained to the job. But now you know the truth. Your salary is a lie. Your real wage is what matters. And every expense you cut, every hour you reclaim, is a step toward actual freedom. Time is the only currency you can't earn back. Stop selling it at a discount. If this video made you rethink your paycheck, hit that subscribe button. Share it with a coworker who looks tired. We're all in this trap, but now we know how to escape. See you in the next one.